All right, welcome back to match number 5 of Mono White Devotion. We are on the draw against D-Storm44, and our hand is terrible. He did not reveal a companion or anything, so we rule out a few decks. We're gonna go to 6 though. His hand is also pretty rough on the draw. Let's just keep it and send back Shalai. Like, it's a little... We have lands and spells. We're playing against... Opponent played a Swamp and said go. Okay. Second Karn is not ideal. I don't foresee a world in us casting a Myria, so we're just going to play it. Or, yeah, Myria's Call. So we're playing against red-black. He's not doing anything, though, which is good. Portable Hole is a good draw. Let's play the Plains. Say go. So my guess is his hand is chock full of removal. What is this? Stomp. Oh, that's rude. He unfortunately cannot answer the giant with the portable hole. Hopefully he doesn't have the third land. That'd be really nice for us. He does have the third land. And plays the giant? Yep, plays the giant. Okay. The comic was not a bad draw. Red-black is another one of those decks that is just completely soft to the book combo. If you get it off, they cannot beat it. So it's going to be something we're trying to do here. Unfortunately, playing raw Karn against him is not great. Ugh, he had a removal spell. So. And a 3-drop. Ooh, this is not good, kids. We're taking a large hit. So I think we're going to have to play Karn for Cataclysmic Gearhulk next turn. Though this is a very good draw. That was what I was going to say we were going to get before we did all this. Going to kind of try to dissuade him from playing any more creatures. Also, Karn is gained 3 life, which is nice in this position. And hopefully we can play to an endgame of Golos getting a Mutavault. Then we can play Karn, downtick for the Book of Exalted Deeds, and go from there. Him playing the second creature there meant that we, unfortunately, could not tutor for Book. He's just going to fire up the den. Him not snapping off a Thoughtseize is, very good for us. That means he does not have that. We could be taking... He could also ignore the Karn, which seems wrong, but if he fires up Den of the Bugbear, we could take a maximum of 11 this turn and go down to 2. He's not going to do that, which is very nice for us. That might have actually just been correct. All right, we're only taking 4, which is obviously great. And Cataclysmic Gearhulk is going to get to kill a creature. Says go, we draw another Plains. I assume he's going to opt to keep his Graveyard Glutton. I'm going to keep this one. This is a position where Doomscar would have been very, very good. Hopefully he doesn't have Dreadbore as one of the last 2 cards in his hand, but I have a bad feeling that he does. Yep, chooses to keep the Graveyard Glutton. Oh no, he's got Kolaghan's Command. That means we're dead, kiddos. He does indeed have Kolaghan's Command, so we're going to scoop it up. Yep. Oh, why? You hate to see it. It's all right. Game 3 we go, or game 2 we go. Get to board in these Archons, which are very good in this matchup. Redain is pretty trash. The backside of it's like okay, but not a huge fan. You can cut like a knight as well. Yeah, pretty rough hands. Obviously, our 7 was unplayable, and then our 6 was super slow, and you just had to like play 2 very powerful creatures on the play, and couldn't really come back from that. Followed up with like best possible removal spell against those Kolaghan's Command, which is not very common in these decks. Usually a one of, if even. So pretty unfortunate for us that he had it, but that's okay. I'm a little puzzled though, because we were tapped out. He could have fired up down to the Bugbear, attacked us for 11, gotten us down to 2, and the Kolaghan's Command is always lethal. I mean, I don't think he's losing that game anyways. Just I don't know, just something I was thinking of. Like if he had the Kolaghan's Command in his hand, he should have just fired up the Den. That's all right. So this matchup, we really want to, be removing all of his threats again, not keep a super like ungodly slow hand. But remember, Book is just like game winning in this matchup. So if we have the opportunity to combo, we are going to go for it because they cannot beat it. Not usually, unless they're running like a Field of Ruin or something weird. I would like to play. Oh wow, this hand is so mid. Try it. We're gonna try it because we have the opportunity to search for Book and play it, and we have the Mutavault already. And we're on the play, so we could afford to keep a bit of a slower hand. Hopefully we dodge turn 1 Thoughtseize. Cool. That's so brutal. That's so brutal. That's another reason I didn't want to mulligan, is it's really bad to mulligan against Thoughtseize decks. But this hand is just inherently very bad against a Thoughtseize deck. And he did Thoughtseize us. And let's see if we draw a spell. I have a bad habit of drawing lands when I keep these hands. Okay, we do draw a spell, which is good. I'm just going to run on a 2/2. Unfortunately, it wasn't a castable spell for a few turns, but it was a good one. That is another card that tutors up the Book of Exalted Deeds. Maybe he doesn't have a stomp for us. Okay. Let me just dump the Nykthos. Immediately punished. Yeah, Kroxa is weird against us. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just very mid. Yeah, us breaking on a castable spell. We really need to cast something next turn. Like we can't really afford to ever turn 4 just be like play Mutavault, say go. He has a tap land, which is very good for us. It says go. Daxos. Okay, that does technically count as a castable spell. I have a good feeling he's got a stomp, but that's fine. If he has a stomp, then he got a little greedy by. Oh, he didn't have it. Okay. So if he had the stomp, it was a little greedy to not stomp the knight main phase, because if we untap and have the Wandering Emperor, then we get to blow him out by putting a counter on it. But fortunately for all parties involved, he did not have the stomp, and we did not have the Wandering Emperor, so everything was fine. Plays Fabled Passage, weird. Anger? Rituals Passage, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to Thalia's Lancers for a Book. That is what is going to happen. Really wish I had that Nykthos and not this Plains, though. That was just, like, super unfortunate. Because we'd be able to pop off and combo next turn, but... yeah. So we could take a step back and be like, all right, book is obviously like the highest upside play because it like forces him to kill our book. We have a lot of options though. We can get Golos, we can get Karn, we can get the Wandering Emperor, but I feel like it's just always correct to get the Book of Exalted Deeds. Maybe that's wrong, and there's a good chance it is, but so this is the part I hate of Yorion decks in person, lol. Our opponent is saying, this is what I hate about Yorion decks. You always have to pick them up and shuffle them, and it takes forever because you have more cards in your deck. And I completely agree. And when I went to Magic the Gathering Las Vegas, I guess, I played a Yorion deck there, and oh my god, was it miserable to play. Opponent has maybe a Chandra. Oh, he's tapping out? Okay. Yes, float 5 mana, play Duress. That's very unfortunate for us. Does he also have the Chandra? Ooh, brutal. BRU Tal. He can't really attack, which is good. But man, that is such a bummer for us. Thriven Inspector was a very good draw. That was a very, very good draw. So we're going to suicide our Knight of the White Orchid to kill his Chandra, like 1000%. Like, it's not super relevant to have it on the board in this position. We're not triggering it. And we'll get the Flicker our Daxo, so it's not a huge dealio. Yeah, losing our Thalia's Lancers was a little bit rough. But now we get to Yorion. We will flicker both of our creatures just so the Daxos can be untapped. Okay. Yeah, Thriven Inspector is a very, very good. That might have been best possible draw, actually. So he does not have the ability to get back Kroxa yet. That can change very easily if he has something like a Fatal Push. So our opponent's at 14. We have a 4/5 flyer that is not very easy to answer in his deck. He has like Dreadbore and stuff like that, but not a lot of answers. We're at 23 too, so we're at a pretty healthy life level. What does he got? 2 mana. Maybe Blood Tide Harvester? 3 mana. 4 mana. Chandra? Second Chandra. Okay. Makes mana. And what's the follow-up? Does he have a Dreadbore? That'd be worst possible for us. Holding's gonna win. Okay, that's fine. That is like super okay. Eat Thriven Inspector, eat a clue. You've eaten half of our Thriven Inspector, you got it. Even the Frost Dragon was pretty bad. Actually, let's leave that intact. Yeah, we don't need to draw a card here because he has the Cruxa. So let's just hit the Chandra, draw a card on it instead. We have a lot of very good draws here. Cave is actually a pretty fine draw too. It's just another, like, he's on a 2-turn clock essentially. Graveyard Trespasser does flip though, which is not ideal. Hit another Cruxa. If he's got a land in his hand, then it's one more damage, so should probably cast it. He doesn't cast it, which means he does not have a land in his hand, or at least not an untapped land. If he serves with his Graveyard Glutton, there is a 1000% chance I will offer the trade with Faceless Haven. Yep, plays the Cruxa. We go down to 19 life. Block, I'll block. I'll block. The easiest trade of my life. You want to use a removal spell on my Faceless Haven? Go for it, dude. That is A-okay, because that means he's not hitting my cave. Cruxa is a clock. It is worth noting. That card hits for 9, essentially, right now. He does not attack. You love to see it. Hopefully he's got, like, Thoughtseizes and Duresses in his hand that he just can't cast. Wandering Emperor would be best possible draw right now. Okay, that's a card. Shalai was so good. Wait, hold. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost. Alright, we have a few options. The issue with playing Shalai is Fatal Push kind of blows us out. Because we're gonna kill the Chandra here. Or we could also just not kill Chandra, give him the extra card, which might be wrong. Get him down to 10, which means that he's dead next turn between Shalai, the Cave, and Yorion. You know what? Let's make the high upside play. Play to the get you dead next turn. Yeah, we cannot leave up Faceless Haven here, so. Because we do not want to trigger Revolt for Fatal Push. Daxos triggers, which is big. We're going to lose our Emrakul, which kind of sucks, but whatever. I really do not want to lose the card Fatal Push. Obviously, leaving with the Chandra is very risky, but with this line, he could just be dead. Goes up, hits a land. Beautiful. Whew, okay, our only punish for not killing Chandra was 2 damage so far. What does he have? He trying to cast a Thoughtseize? Can't do that. I have a fly. Yep, okay. So we know one of his cards in hand is Thoughtseize. I will take 10. Go to 8. If you serve. Just with the Cruxa. Okay. Emrakul. Go to 12. What do you got? Says your turn. Okay, well, we're going to go for it. Another mutable. Let's play it. He needs to have like Rending Volley or Fry or something. Everything at your face. Tanya. What is this? He has double stomp. That's super unfortunate. Ooh. Alright, he had... Ooh, that would have been the most insane draw. Actually, yeah, I probably wouldn't have casted it. But maybe I would have. I don't know. Oh, okay. So we took a very, I guess, greedy might be the right word, but aggressive, I'll say. Very, very proactive line and got there. In Magic, there's two ways to play. You could play to win and you could play to not lose. I felt like we were in a position where, we're not in immediate danger of dying. We don't need to kill the Chandra. We can give him one extra card. I feel like we can play to not lose for a second. He said, gotta give me the mini heart attack. And so we could play to win here instead of playing to not lose by killing the Chandra, because that's an entire extra turn that we give him. Because we do the Shalai, we don't have to play around Fatal Push. And yeah, we got there. 2 game 3 we go. This is the real struggle. Because now we're on the draw. Which probably means we should have brought in this Knight instead of a Daxus, but it's fine. I actually like Daxus in this matchup. The game life is very relevant. Pretty good hand. We have an answer to a Blood Tide Harvester or a Croxa with a Portable Hole, we have Stack of Evaporation and March. So our hand is just removal and lands, which means lands are spells are good. Basically any spell off top is good. 1 land means that we can cast almost anything in our deck. Yeah. If leads to place the pathway, makes me think he's got a Thoughtseize or Duress. He does have Thoughtseize. Have to imagine we'll take Stack of Evaporation. It's by far the best card in our hand. Our hands have been kind of mid in this matchup. Like, this hand's pretty mid, but it's okay. I'd be a lot happier with this hand on the play than on the draw, but we're still fine. Wow, he takes the Portable Hole. So my man's got a Blood Tide Harvester for next turn. Drawing the March is pretty good. Yeah, Portable Hole is super aggressive. If he plays a Cruxa, we're just going to discard the March. Oh, okay. That's fine too. Second Thoughtseize. So he's got a Voldaren Epicure? I don't think this deck runs Voldaren Epicure though. Yeah, taking Portable Hole is interesting. I have to imagine this takes Stack of Apparition. Yeah. The Stack Life is just so good. So our hand's not great. We have a very reactive hand with double March. Double Thoughtseize hands are pretty hard to beat though. So, ooh, that was a good draw. Let's play this Snowcroak Plains. It is worth noting that he knows the differences in our lands, so he knows that our 2 planes left are this art. That's why I played this one. So if we draw another one that's this art, then we could just play it. Plays Blood Crypt tapped? Untapped? Untapped. Okay, he's lost a lot of life here. 3 mana for Fable. Sure. So we're going to want to play Knight before we do anything else. Ooh, another Knight. Get some lands out of our deck. He knows about the land, so let's play it. We could play the other Knight of the White Orchid. I don't hate it, honestly. Yeah. Let's just do it. This doesn't mean he has perfect information and he knows what's in our hand, but the other Knight's not getting much better. We have the option to use the mana. It has first strike, so we can block the Goblin Shaman. If he wants to use 2 removal spells on our Knights, then that's like very, very good for us for obvious reasons. Activating Fable. Let's see how many cards he dumps here. Dumps Blood Crypt Dreadbore. Interesting. So he's got multiple removal spells in hand. I can't really get a read on that. Fable Passage, sure. Grass. I don't know. He knows exactly what's in our hand. Okay. He has 1 card in his hand, and he knows our 1 card in hand is a land. It's also 12. We draw the worst possible on the hand. Should we be a little frisky here and serve with our Knights, but Yorion in hand? I have to imagine his other card in hand is a Bonecrusher Giant. Are we the aggressor this game? So we can... His Fable's going to flip. We could serve for both, put him down to 8. Yeah, you know, let's do it. He has enough mana that I don't really care too much about the treasure token. Sweet, that just happens. Nice. Essentially what I'm doing is just setting up like a racing situation. Like, look, you've taken 8 life this game by yourself. Like, his other card hand isn't Stomp either. Like, we're just going to help you along that process. That flips his Reflection. Fortunately, it's not very good right now. All it's copying is Goblin Shaman. He plays a land, which is incredibly good for us. Is it? It is a Stomp. Oh, wait, it's a Chandra? It's a Chandra, yeah. Not great for us. I wonder what he does here. So good for us in exiling Bonecrusher Giant. Because he can't cast it now. Because of how Chandra's worded, if it was you can cast it until end of turn, he would be able to cast it by attacking with Goblin Shaman. But because he didn't attack, oh, he's attacking after? That's so rough. This is a super aggressive attack. Because we're serving for a lot. We know he has nothing in his hand. We can clear the Chandra, or we could just hit him for 5. So I was supposed to attack first. Yeah, I am in agreement with that statement. A lot of good draws here. Okay. So we have a few options. We can Portable Hole Goblin Shaman, serve with both of our Knights, and play Yorion. I think we want to be playing our Yorion here instead of... Because we could also fire up Cave and attack. I think that's wrong. So we're definitely going to be playing the Yorion. Let's just attack him down to 4. We're just all in on matchup ignore Chandra. He takes it? Wow. He knows about the Yorion. That's wild. So we get to Portable Hole, Goblin Shaman. We could also hit the treasure too, because we could flicker it, play a land. Yeah, our opponent might lose this game because he did not attack with the Goblin Shaman before his Chandra activation. I don't think you're supposed to attack there, honestly. I think that was a bit aggressive. I think he's valuing his reflection of Kiki-Jiki a little too highly, which, you know, all things considered, is a very, very, very good card. But I think in this position, he needs to value his life total a little more, because he's definitely a little behind here. He might have been even supposed to downtick a Chandra last turn. Upticks it, another Fable. Okay, it's a pretty good one. But if his last card in hand needs to be Fry, exactly, or Dreadbore. If it's not a removal spell for Yorion, so well, I drew lands, you drew Heat, He said, yep, he'd land, and that should be a match. Cool. Nice. Got the 4-1 with Mono White Devotion. I love this deck so much. Being some really good decks along the way. Our only loss was to Jeskai Sensi combo, and you know, I think that match should have been a win if we just drew the lands, which we did not. So we drew Stasis there. Okay. Just because we can. Everything at you. And that should do it. He's going to make a copy of Goblin Shaman. Congratulations. We'll block, and he's going to take 7, and that is going to be the game. And the match. Yeah, we won this game because we played those knights aggressively. Going back a little bit before we go to the wrap-up, which you can watch in the next video, but him discarding that Dreadbore might have been a little aggressive. My guess is he just had a lot of lands and wanted action, and we weren't really doing anything. Like, he didn't want to Dreadbore a knight, but he left himself with no removal. So, yeah, nice. Got that match, got the 4-1. I will see you in the wrap-up.